People are passing and they're looking at me and I feel like I'm getting shy. Are you praying that trailer should not fall on you? Trailers are really good looking. If trailer fall on you, yeah, you mean like, at least na fine trailer jam me, that kind of thing. But everybody here just likes minding their business. Me, before I came here, I didn't know I was black, or like, I knew I was black, but I did not really think it's because I was a black. Do you get? Then you are going to look for an Igbo friend. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay guys, welcome back. Finally, if you see all I've been through just to film today's video, oh my god. But yeah, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the first time, my name is Busayo, but you can call me Busa, and I film about my life here in Canada. I'm in Canada now as an international student, and yeah, I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I'm sure you are going to learn like a lot of things there, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Please don't forget to share my video if you find it interesting. And yes, let's get into today's video. I'm currently not at home on my normal setting. I don't even think I have like a normal YouTube setting. But I decided to come out to film today's video because if I'm not careful, I will die of boredom in this Canada. Boredom will kill me. So I decided to come outside to film today's video. And I'm going to be talking about life in Canada. Not really life in Canada, more about being black or coming from like an African country, then moving to Canada as an international student. And to be honest with you, it's not really anything about racism. It's honestly a chilled and probably funny video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be alternating between two cameras, this one and this one. So yeah, and I'm wearing face cap because the sun is really shining. If I remove this face cap, I'm going to be squinting like this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, let's get into today's video. People are passing and they're looking at me and I feel like I'm getting shy. Anyways, let's just get into today's video. I'm sure it's going to be a good one, so it'll be worth it at the end of the day. So yeah, first things first, this whole video is just me talking about the way life has changed, the way things have changed since I moved here. And for context sake, for those that don't know, I am here in Lethbridge. Lethbridge is within the province of Alberta. And Lethbridge is like a I consider it to be very small, considering I'm coming from Lagos, Nigeria, which is also small, but like more like metropolitan. Do you get? So I would consider Lethbridge to be very small. We have a lot of I feel like it's a place where you find a lot of retirees and maybe seniors here. I came here September of 2021, so it's been over almost 2 years now. And to be honest with you, I really like Lethbridge. I don't hate it. 2 hours away from Calgary, so if you're really craving that city life, you might as well just go to Calgary, right, and explore that city life. But I really like it. It's a place where you can save money because we don't even have a lot of things to spend money on. It's like a mini village, so you can save a lot of money here. Everybody knows everybody. But why did I move to Lethbridge? I had a couple of options. Mind you, before coming to Canada for my master's program, I applied to a couple of universities, among which was one in Manitoba, one in Vancouver, I guess, and one in, I think, Ontario. I can't really remember. But I applied to like a lot of schools, so I had options. But Lethbridge was the only one that gave me full funding for my program. And I don't think anybody will leave full funding, right, and go for like partial funding. So it was just a good idea to come here. And yeah, but so I'm not focusing on the university, neither am I telling you come to University of Lethbridge. I'm just saying that is the reason why I chose Lethbridge. So if I'm complaining, or I say some things that this is the thing about Lethbridge I don't like, it's not because, oh, why didn't I go to another province? You will not leave a place that is giving you full funding for your education to a place that is giving like partial funding and all of that. I hope you get that gist. Anyway, let's get into today's video. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, right, will be change in behavior since I moved here. So normally I'll consider myself to be like a bubbly person. People tell me I'm funny. I don't know if I'm funny, but people tell me I'm funny. So I'll consider myself to be like a funny person too. Aside from that, I also love having conversations with people. Like, you cannot put me in a awkward setting or in a weird setting and think I'll behave awkward. I'll find a way to like mingle, especially if I'm getting good vibes from those people, right? I'll find a way to like mingle with people. And I also love going out in terms of like maybe visiting like restaurants, trying out new food. But I realized that since I came here, there's been like a shift in my behavior, sort of. For example, I don't think I'm that bubbly again. I don't think I'm really as bubbly as before. Like, people who know me from like back home may feel like I'm toned down a bit now, and I feel like it's unconscious. Like, I'm not as bubbly, I'm not as energetic as before. And I feel like maybe because the city I'm in is also a very quiet and simple lifestyle company. It's not like Lagos. I'm coming from Lagos. Lagos is like New York, right? Very busy, very hustle and bustle, right? But coming here, I feel like I've kind of toned down a bit. For example, I walk very fast. If you should see me walking, you would think I'm going to go and fight somebody. because in Lagos you have to be walking fast. You can't slack unless they will steal something from you, or unless you may miss whatever you are going for. Do you get? Since I came here, kind of toned down even the way I walk, just because I feel like, where am I rushing to when everybody is slow paced here? Like, where are you rushing to? That kind of thing. Another thing again is that in terms of being like a conversation, is like I mentioned before, I realized that coming here, a lot of people like to mind their business. And when I mean mind their business, I mean they mind their business. Like, a car accident may happen and everybody will just pass as if they did not see what happened. Do you get what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'll be like, let us go and help and decide who is the wrong person here. But everybody here just likes minding their business. I would say another thing that has toned me down a bit is my accent. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm not saying, oh, I'm ashamed of having this Nigerian accent or this African accent. No, I even feel, to be honest with you, I feel like my English is great. I feel like I speak good English. I feel like I'm sort of eloquent. So I would just say the difference is the intonation. Oh my God. However, I would say what is different now is my intonation and pronunciation is different from how they speak here. So that's the only thing I would say. And because of that, I kind of find it hard to like talk to people. I kind of find it hard to like hold conversations, because I'm like, I'm having to repeat myself like 2 or 3 times. Like, the joke is no longer there again. I might as well not just crack my joke again. Do you get? Even whenever I wanted to go and buy something, I always realized I was always pushing someone like, talk for me, talk for me. That's because I know, oh my God, they don't understand me. Oh my God, I have to repeat myself like 3 times. And it gets awkward, especially if there's like a queue of people and everybody's waiting for their own turn. And then it's not because of you, everybody's having to wait, because the person attending to everybody does not understand what you're saying. It can get frustrating, but I think I've navigated that, to be honest. I think now I understand how to tweak my voice. I feel like when you talk more soprano, they kind of like, when you make your voice quite tiny and speak quite slow, I feel like they kind of understand you better than when you are just talking like with your normal tone of voice. Like, this is my normal tone of voice, this is how I normally talk. But if I'm talking to like someone else, I may try and make the voice to be kind of, I'm not trying to be insulting, but to be kind of like high-pitched. And aside from it being high-pitched, maybe talk really slow and open all my mouth, like, like open all my mouth, like everything must be loud and clear. Anyways, in terms of this whole change in behavior, I don't know if a lot of people that have also moved to Canada have experienced that. If you have, please let me know in the comment section down below. I feel like I've passed that now. I've been here almost 2 years, so I've navigated all of that, to be honest with you. I kind of know what to do, how to do it, how to drag myself out, for example, today. So I think I've navigated that. But if you've kind of experienced it, let me know in the comment section down below. And all other things I'm going to mention, if it's something you can relate to, let me know in the comment section down below. But let me just give advice for some people that may be coming here for the first time, right? Like, how do you navigate that in case you go through something like this? Number one, I would say you need to have confidence in yourself. Like, you need to know that you are not speaking rubbish English.
Leave my English for me. I say I can't speak good English. I don't understand English. Is it compulsory for me to speak in English? Leave me alone. Let me be.
For example, I notice that whenever I say 30, like, they don't understand what I'm saying when I say 30. If I say 30, I won't have no rhyme. But if I say 30, it makes it easier for them to understand. So rather than saying 30, since they will never understand, I end up saying 30, 32. Then they can now be, oh, you mean 32? I'll be like, yes, 32, that kind of thing. That thing again I'll say is that try and go out, like, even if it's church, try and go out at least once in a week. Don't just stay at home. There's a power that can hold you to stay at home here. For example, Netflix, you have it, internet, you have it, and order your groceries online. So like, there are a lot of things that may make you decide to stay at home, but just try and force yourself to go out, even if you just to take a walk or less. Personality will just die. You don't go get personality again. No, that's just it. You just be looking for, where's my personality? I don't get personality. What do I identify as? You don't know what you identify as again. So that's what my advice. The next thing I'm going to talk about is relationships here. And to be honest with you, when I came to Canada, I didn't come to Canada single. So in terms of like dating relationships and all of that, I really don't know a lot to say about that. But I have a video where I've talked about it, and a lot of people like give their opinions, people that are currently in Canada. If you're interested in that particular video, I'm going to link it up here, and you can see how dating in Canada is. But I'm talking about relationships in terms of like friendships, connections with people, networking, those kind of relationships. In terms of like friendships, I really don't think, in my opinion, based on what I've seen, found it hard to build strong relationships with people here in terms of friendship. I don't really love having friends like that, but like, I love having people that are within my network and I can easily reach out to. And I can literally count the number of people that I have within that network. Unlike, say, Nigeria, even your neighbor may be within your network and you can easily reach out to that person for help or something. It's quite different here. Yeah, I just find it hard. Like, this is my own personal opinion. It's just very hard to build strong friendships here. And I think, number one, people are busy. Everybody's working to either pay tuition, everybody's working to do this, everybody's working to make money, just to have money. So it's like really, really hard to like build concrete friendships, and you need to make a conscious effort to do it. You need to put that conscious effort. I found out that back home it may be easier to make all these kind of friendships because I don't know. It's just quite easier to build those friendships back at home. But coming here, a lot of conscious effort. You say, oh, are you free today? Let's hang out. Oh, are you doing this? Like a lot of conscious effort, in my opinion, to like build strong friendships here. In terms of like having friends outside of your race, like having friends that are outside your race that are not black. I've had a couple. I've talked to a couple of people. Nah. I'm not a fan. I don't want to dwell into it, but I'm just not a fan of it. I've realized that most of the time, because they don't really understand your way of life, especially the kind of things you may be looking for and the way they see it, I feel like having friends that have the same mindset to which you grew up in, they kind of understand things and they kind of understand how a thing may hurt you. And to other people that did not grow up in your kind of culture, to them, they did not do anything wrong. I don't want to really drag it. I don't really want to make it a big deal. All I'm just trying to say is that I've had the opportunity to make friends outside of my race, and to me, I've really not found that person that really clicks. So yeah, and I'm not going to force myself to try and make it work or something. I have acquaintances, I have people that you see at work, you laugh together, but real friendship outside of your race, outside of your country, people fight out though. The people that will stick out for you are people that understand where you're coming from, one, people that can relate to where you're coming from, and people that can understand how you speak. Like, it makes it easier. Yeah, I just feel like I'm going to say that. People just like making friends that are not within their race. I don't know why. When your fellow man that is your color can be your friend, you are going to look for a Igbo friend. It doesn't make sense to me. Next I'm going to talk about will be weight loss, and it's quite a bright, yeah, but anyways, the next I'm going to talk about will be weight loss and also weight gain. Yeah, one thing I'm going to say is that I did not realize how things are really, really sweet here. Like, the extent to which things are sweet here is like they don't even measure the sugar before they pour the sugar into the thing. It is overwhelmingly sweet, and I feel like what they consider food is not food. This is just, I'm not saying it is wrong, but me personally, from where I'm coming from, what they consider food is not food. For example, to them, burger is food. To me, burger is just snack. Pizza is food. Pizza is just snack. It's something you eat when you don't feel like cooking. And after some time, you start feeling like you want to taste oil, you want to taste pepper. And you can't get that in McDonald's, you can't get that in any of those fast food, you can't get that from pizza. And there's no how, if for example you have like a freaking busy week and the only thing you can resort to is fast food, trust me, you're going to gain weight. Trying not to gain weight here is a lot of, it comes with like, you have to put a lot of effort to not gain weight, to not add weight at all, and to even be able to lose that weight. Oh my God, it comes with a lot of effort. And that thing again I'm going to say is, oh my God, plenty of people are coming here. I'm shy. But another thing I'm going to say here is that I don't know why they label their food differently here. Like, I feel like different food, I don't know, let me give you an example. So for example, you know the beef that we normally eat, meat. So they have different labels for the same beef. So one label can be grade A Canadian beef, another one can be grass-fed Canadian beef, another one can be something fed Canadian beef. Like, why do we have to have different types of beef? It then makes me think that maybe one beef is better than another beef. I don't know, and I feel like kind of inject a lot of things into their food. Like the way the banana is so big, I find it weird. Why does that sound like a dirty joke? But anyways, oh, sorry, you're very stupid.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Anyways, I don't know, if it feels like things that should be normally sized is not normally sized here. But you have to adapt to it. Like, if you want to decide to buy like something organic, like organic banana, the way the banana looks from back home, it's probably going to cost like $1 or $2 more. Another thing, yes. Oh my God, I kind of diverting, but it's kind of intertwined, because aside from the fact that you will not be able to eat your particular food, you are exposed to a lot of food. Like, prior to me coming here, I don't think I would have tried Mexican food. I don't think I would have tried Vietnamese food. I don't think I would have tried Filipino food or Bangladeshi food or all those kind of food. But now, because I'm here, I've tried all those food, and it just makes you realize that, oh my God, people also have great food. Although Nigeria is the best food, Nigeria has the best food, but it just makes you realize that, oh my God, other cultures have like really, really nice food. But if I had not come here, I probably would not have even tried all those kind of food. Let me know if you guys can relate to any of them. The first one being changes in behavior, the second one being relationships and how easy it's for you to create like friendships here, and the third one being like weight loss, weight gain, and even food in general. You guys let me know if you are in Canada now, if it's something you can relate to, if it's something you agree with. The next topic I want to talk about, or the next point I want to talk about, I feel like it's really important to me, and it's something that I've heard people say, but I did not realize it until it then happened to me, which is your religion/spiritual life. If you are not careful and you come here, your spiritual life will just go drastically down. Like, it will go drastically down, because to be honest with you, most of the things that were probably your prayer point are done by the government here. So for example, are you praying that trailers should not fall on you? Trailers are really good looking. If trailer fall on you, yeah, you'll be like, at least na fine trailer jam me, that kind of thing. I'm just joking. You then realize that, okay, now what is my prayer point? To make me realize that while back home I was focusing on protection, financial blessing, God help me figure out my life, I wasn't praying to get spiritually close to God. So when you come here and you realize that all these things are provided for you, you will literally feel like there's nothing to pray about. Because until you now get to that point and you realize that all those things I was praying about, they're probably not the main thing. It's not a service here, so I'm not going to, but like that kind of thing, like my spiritual like really took like downturn. I probably will not open my Bible in like 2 months. I probably will not even know where the Bible is for like 2 months. In all honesty, when I got here, it was really crazy. Really crazy in terms of like, not reading the word, not communicating with God, not praying. Everything just looks like it's just going easily, it's going softly, and I'm just really being honest with you here. And I think it really takes a strong effort. For example, if you're that kind of person that when you pray, you love to bring it like this, you like fire to fire prayer. Do you get like, you like that kind of prayer that everybody's speaking in tongues, people are screaming, people are shouting, and those are the kind of prayers you like, whereby, as I said, the violent will take it by force. Those are the kind of prayers you like. Some of the churches here pray so calmly, yeah. Not even like if you are praying gently, you are joking your spiritual life, but if you are just kind of person that you would like to be violent in the place of prayer, you may probably have to go to a Nigerian church here in Canada. Somebody told me this, and I was like, nah, Nigerian people, they don't know how to mind their business to level. And that's what I said. I was like, Nigerian people, they don't know how to mind their business. Everybody go all up in your business and all of that. I don't want that. And I went from one church to another church to another church, and now I'm finally back in the Nigerian church. You just know that when you are being violent in the place of prayer, and when you are being crazy in the place of praise, like when you are trying to praise God and you are dancing and you are jumping, nobody will see you as if you are silly, or nobody think you're wrong, or nobody will look at you surprised. If you're that kind of person that like, oh my God, I miss the way it is back home. The thing is that you may want to try a Nigerian church. It may not even give you the peak. For one thing I can assure you is that you probably just get a bit of it, right, than not getting anything at all. Another thing I wanted to just give you guys like a story time. So it's a very funny story, so I was like, let me just share it in this video. I feel like this video is getting so long. Maybe I'll do it into a part 1 and part 2, but I'm not sure. So one day I was entering my house, and then I saw these guys, 2 guys, right? They were coming close to my door, right? And they had bow tie on, wore black and white. They looked like maybe prophets, but they were young guys. And they were like, oh, they wanted to talk to me about the word of God and preach to me. And in my mind, I was like, oh wow, young boys working for the Lord. I'm very proud of them. I was like, yeah, sure. I stood outside, don't come inside my house. Let's talk about the word of God here. So they're like, they just said 1 or 2 things, which was nice. And we're like, oh, can they have my number? In my mind, I was like, yeah, sure. Because I just came by that time. So I was like, yeah, sure, you can have my number. I gave them my number. And these people started calling me. Normally, I'll pick their call, they will preach. I'll say, thank you very much. But it's not getting too much, to the point that when I was not picking their call, they were now calling me with private number. So it was pissing me off. So one day I picked the call, I was like, hello? And we're like, they're the ones. I said, yes, I know you're the one. Why are you calling me with a private number? I saw that you called me earlier with your number, and I didn't pick intentionally because I'm busy. But now you're calling me with a private number. Were you trying to trick me to let me feel like you were not the same people calling? I'm like, oh, really? It's a private number. That no, it's not intentional. That probably that's how the thing does sometimes. I was like, oh, okay, so what's up? How can I help you? They're like, oh, they want to preach to me about the word of God again. I was like, but I told you that I'm a Bible-believing Christian. I told you that I go to church. How can I help you again? And I said, oh, Dad, do I know about the Book of Mormon? As I hear that one, my head spin. I say, Jesus Christ. I said, these ones are they're not serving the same God I'm serving, no, honestly. Like, which one is the Book of Mormon? They're like, oh, beyond the Holy Bible, there's another book, which is the Book of Mormon. That just in my mind, I'm like, when they told us that the Bible is the complete book, how in the world do you have another book again? Even the name Mormon. If you know Mormon in the Bible, no be good thing, no. No be good thing. Mormon is not a good thing based on what I know. There's one part of the Bible that says you cannot serve God and Mormon. Maybe there's somewhere like that in the Bible. I'm growing my spiritual life. I may not really know it like that, but there's a part in the Bible that says you cannot serve God and Mormon. Abi? Yes, now. So I remember when I heard Book of Mormon, I was like, what is that? I was like, no, I haven't. They were like, oh, will I like to know about it? And I was like, no, thank you. I use the Holy Bible and that is what I believe. And since then, next time they were calling me, I kept on blocking their number, blocking them. Once I said, remove me from your system, I'm not interested again. So it's not this kind of thing that exists in Nigeria, but it's just like a cool story. Not like a cool story, but like a really eye-opening story, right? Thing I'm going to talk about is the culture and the way of life here. Like, let's start with different things. Number one, sneakers. A lot of people wear sneakers here. Sneakers is like the go-to. For me, my go-to in Nigeria was slippers. Like anywhere I want to go to, slippers. But now I feel like to feel like fashionable, you need to have like really good sneakers here. And I'm more of like a heels girl than even slippers. Like than sneakers. I rather wear high heels than even wear like sneakers. But yeah, it feels like sneakers is like the thing. And that thing again is that I realized that a lot of people here are quite ignorant. And I feel like ignorant is vice versa. I'm ignorant, they're also ignorant. For example, on Sunday, this Sunday that just passed, they were telling us that we should pray for Alberta, the province of Alberta, because Alberta has been declared to be in a state of emergency. And I was like, Alberta in a state of emergency. This same Alberta I'm living, I did not know anything about it being in a state of emergency. So to me, I'm also ignorant in my own part here. But people too are quite ignorant. For example, they see you wear braids today. Oh my God, your hair is so long. I'm like, do you really think that's my hair? Aside from that, they see you the next day, you've probably lose your hair. And like, oh, you've changed your hair again. Wow, did you cut it? Sometimes I'm like, at first it was nice, the compliment was nice, but after then you're overreaching, you're overstretching. Go and Google it.
I'm telling you, if you don't know it, Google it. Google is your best friend.
Found out that the advertisement here is really whitewashed. Hardly will you find black people in the adverts here. And from adverts, I'm not talking about like adverts that they put on the walls and all of that. And whitewashed, when I'm saying whitewashed, I don't know, maybe it means something else somewhere, but my own whitewash is not a bad thing. Do you get? Like, I'm not saying, it's just like you may consciously have to type black people fashion on black skin to be able to get that exact thing you are looking for. If you don't add black to it, the first things that may come may be for like white people. Do you get? Me, before I came here, I didn't know I was black, or like I knew I was black, but I did not really think it's because I was a black. Do you get? I come here now, you have to realize, I am black and I know it and I'm proud of it. Do you get? You say tipping, yeah. That's another culture I feel like they have here. Tipping people. Oh my God, I won't say I don't like tipping. What I'm saying is, so that people don't think I'm wicked. The issue is not tipping. The issue is the fact that it is a way of life. For example, it is embedded in the POS. You want to pay something, I'm thinking I can just tap my card and that's all. They're like, oh no, you just have to fill some other things on the stuff, and then I have to pick 0%, and I kind of feel bad. So it's like a way of life that is there making me feel bad, because I feel like I'm not nice. But then again, I'm broke. I don't get shingbai. The fact that you see me buying food of $30 is not because I say I want to treat myself well. That is why I decided, okay, let me buy this thing. On a normal day, I don't get money.
I never tell you before say I get money. I never for once mention I'm say I get money. Now you just wake up, they assume say I get money. You just they assume you go they build me up and down. If I no come get and now give you go fix a stingy. Or say I no love you rich the level make I give you money. Stop assuming what you don't know. I don't have money. I tell you bold straight, you understand?
I'm a broke ass student, so I'm now coming here again, and you want me to tip for my brokenness? What?
Is it fair?
What else do I have to offer? Who am I then if I not give you everything I have? I tip, I will not lie, I tip. But do I like it? No, I do not like it. It's a way of life that I've had to imbibe inside of me. I'm paying for my food with credit card, and I'm still tipping with credit card. I'm tipping, telling me that I should tip with credit. Like, is that a way of life? Money where I no get that I borrow, I should not tip you with borrowed money again. Like, nah. So I move to the final point is I'm coming. Let me set this stuff well, or let's to fall again. Okay, yeah. Another thing again is everything is quite structured and formal here. You need to book an appointment for almost everything here. You want to go to a really nice restaurant, book an appointment. you want to get your nails done, book an appointment. So you can never say, oh my god, I want to treat myself nice today, let me go and get a spa, let me go and do my nails. You did not book an appointment, so you'll probably not find any openings. Do you get? Like, for example, let's say you want to fix your toilet, you need to call the plumber to get a quote to know how much it's going to cost. Quite so structured and formal for me. It would have been nice if we have the structural part and the non-structural part, whereby I can just call somebody, the person will come to my house, look at it, and I can just pay you in cash or say negotiate with you. Do you get? It's too structured, yeah. Not my way of like, but I had to like adjust to it and just realize that everything requires appointment. Almost everything, not everything, but almost everything requires appointment. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about, which I feel like quite important and not, it's quite touchy, but not so touchy in my opinion. Racism and the awareness of racism. To be honest with you, I don't think I've felt maybe I felt it though, but I did not even know it was racism, which is why I said racism and the awareness of racism. Now, there are two angles to this. Number one is point blank racism, and you realizing, oh my god, people may be racist towards me or stuff like that. People may not just like me for my skin color. There's that part which I've probably not experienced yet, but I've seen people experience and just make you like, oh my god, if this happens to me, what am I going to do? I feel like say I go wrong crazy, I go mad, and with that madness they feel say I'm violent. But now there's another angle to it where people expect you to know, like black people like you expect you to know and you don't know, and then you then start feeling, oh, I'm not in touch, oh, let me give you a very good example. So for example, let us say you work in a place and they tell you that you need to start covering your hair, like maybe you need to wear like a hairnet, right? And you're like, okay fine, I'm going to wear a hairnet, and then you start wearing a hairnet, and then your friend passed by one day to buy something. This has never happened to me, I'm just giving like a quick scenario. And then your friend passed by to buy something, like, why are you wearing a hairnet, why are you covering your natural hair? And I'm like, oh, they told me to wear a hairnet. So like, but every other person here is not wearing a hairnet, why are you the only one? And then that looks like they want you to cover your own natural hair while everybody else has their own natural hair opened, because they feel like your own hair is too thick, your own hair is not thin enough, your own hair is not straight enough, it's not presentable enough, so cover your own hair. Now, you may not have seen that anything, which is where that ignorance comes in, and then it makes you realize, am I doing my race a disservice by not knowing all these things and calling it out? Do you get? And that's why I kind of feel like wrong. I feel like I've also had sometimes whereby you're meant to check some people when they do shit to you. But in my mind, I didn't even know say then they do shit to me. I could just keep quiet as if say, nah, just normal. It's somebody that not like, guy, why did you allow this to happen? Like, this was not right in the first place. Do you get? So yeah, I think that's the situation. That's the lack of ignorance from my part. And I'm like, if I don't, because I don't know this thing, I'm allowing it to continue, right? And then it's going to meet another person that will probably know this thing, but it may be too late to correct it. I don't know if you get it. Just some of these things that are too serious just goes on in my head sometimes. So I feel like I hate being ignorant about a lot of things. It makes me ashamed. That is just me personally. And yeah, I think that's all the points I have to say. I wanted to end on this racism note, where I crack up my jokes finish and then just end here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was insightful. I hope it was also interesting. If there's anything that you related to in everything I said, please let me know. I really enjoy this outdoor vibes, so maybe I'll keep on doing my videos outdoor. I don't know. If you also like this outdoor chilled vibes, let me know. Yeah, so that is the end of my video for today. I talked a lot. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Also let me know what you like to see on this channel. I feel like this video was super long, so it may be in 2 parts. And yes, please subscribe, please share this video. Love you guys. Bye.